precisely at 1 day interval in the same year. And if you look at the trajectory of these two nations, we are way, way above than Pakistan. And just to destabilize and bring us down, they deliberately planned this terror attack where 26 people, 25 Indians and one civilian from Nepal, who went to Pahalgam to spend time with their loved ones. You know, Kashmir is a place which is known for its beautiful mountains, amazing valleys, picturesque views. So everyone went with their family members to spend some good time and come back with a bag full of memories. And what the survivors came with will eventually keep haunting them for the rest of their life. We have been to 3 other countries before coming to Indonesia. We have been to Japan, we have been to South Korea, we have been to Singapore. And everyone we met, starting from ambassadors of different nations, there were think tanks, there were strategic thinkers, there were members of civil society, there were leaders from the industry, high-ranking government officials, law ministers of the government, foreign affairs ministers of the government, home ministers of the government, speakers of the National Assembly. Everyone was of the opinion that we should fight jointly on how to combat terrorism, as this issue is no more an issue of national security for India alone. This has become a global imperative now. I mean, Indonesia also has been a victim of terrorism. We all know about the 2002 Bali bombings. And time and again, if you see, wherever there has been a terror incident in the past, starting from 9/11 to 2008 Mumbai terror attacks, where 166 people were killed, and not only just Indians, there were people from 26 other countries as well in that terror attack who lost their life, who succumbed to injuries. There has been connect with Pakistan. Pakistan is a nation who has been nurturing, training, shielding, sheltering and harboring terrorists. And terrorism today is a menace for the entire world. And killing people in the name of religion, Salman Qureshi is a very senior parliamentarian. He's a proud Muslim. He practices Islam. I mean, the Holy Quran says, and I'm quoting it, whoever kills an innocent soul, it is as if he has slain all of humanity. Violence in the name of faith is a betrayal of faith itself. Every religion that we practice, it can be Hindu, it can be Islam, it can be Christianity, it can be Sikh, it can be Buddhism, it can be any religion. No religion in the world teaches us to be violent, teaches us to attack, it teaches us to kill innocent civilians in the name of religion. There has been so many evidence out in the public domain where you see there is this clear connect between the terrorists and Pakistan. Now imagine if something happens, if there's a crime today in the streets of Jakarta and the perpetrator is found in your neighbor's house. Now if you have reason to believe that your neighbor is hand in glove with the perpetrators or in cahoots. Now this has been happening repeatedly, time and again over the last 5 decades, one after another incident. The world has reasons to believe, and this time there is enough evidence in the public domain for us to understand and acknowledge the fact that Pakistan has been an implicit and explicit supporter, and they are the one who have been nurturing terrorists in their backyard to destabilize growing economies. All of you are acquainted with the fact that India has surpassed Japan and grown to be the 4th largest economy in the world. We are at number 4 now, very soon we'll be number 3. So it's a prime, I would say, example of cutting one's nose to spite one's face. We go down, we pull you down. Pakistan is facing crisis in their own economy, trying to address issues in their own land, in their own country. And India is growing, developing rapidly. And we have been collaborating with various countries. We consider each one of you as our strategic partners, as our friendly nations. We share a common goal, a joint goal, towards peace, prosperity. And we consider each one of you not only as our strategic partners, but also as one of our moral allies. We want you to stand for what is correct. We want this to be raised in the important multilateral platforms like FATF, UN, ASEAN. And if you look up the net, and if you read the circulation that has been published worldwide in the last fortnight, India never strikes back immediately. The attack happened on the 22nd of April. Did we strike on the 23rd? No. Did we strike on the 24th? No. Did we strike on the 26th? No. 28th? No. 30th? No. 1st? No. We waited for 2 weeks, 14 days. We waited with the hope that Pakistan government will do something to bring the perpetrators to book and do justice to the enemies. Either you do justice to the enemies, or your enemies needs to be acquainted to justice, but justice needs to be done. We wait for 2 weeks, and then eventually India carried out these airstrikes. And these airstrikes were so precise, non-escalatory, responsible, that these airstrikes only ended up neutralizing and demolishing 9 terror infrastructure. We neutralized the terror infrastructure without endangering a single civilian life. That is India. We are firm in resolve, yet honorable in action. Then in the next 24 hours, there were images surfacing from the land of Pakistan that shook the world. There were images of Pakistan high-ranking military generals and army, and these are not mere pawns, or these are not some small-time officials. They are military generals. Pakistani army generals were seen attending funeral meets of terrorists. These pictures are widely reported. It's for everyone to see. When the 9/11 terror attack happened, who was the prime accused? Osama bin Laden. Where was he found? He was found in a place called Abbottabad. Where is Abbottabad? Abbottabad is again in Pakistan. You talk about 2006 Bombay train bombings. You talk about 2008 Mumbai attacks. You talk about 1993 Mumbai blasts, where a series of blasts were conducted. Every terror attack, there was a hand of Pakistan. Where was Ajmal Kasab, who is the prime accused of 2008 terror attack, was found? He was caught red-handed by the Indian law enforcement agencies in Mumbai. There were 4 years he was given a fair trial. He confessed before the law enforcement agencies. He confessed before the trial court, before the judiciary, that he was raised, he was born, he was brought up, he was nurtured, and he was trained in Pakistan. And India ended up destroying that very same terror camp where Ajmal Kasab was raised and trained. We want the world to stand by us in combating terrorism. It's our joint duty. You talk about Hafiz Saeed, you talk about Tawud Rana. Any terrorist you name, Pakistan is safeguarding them, nurturing them, protecting them. Why? It's like nurturing a snake in your backyard, expecting it to bite your neighbor. But we don't realize when the snake will be unleashed or unchained, it can end up biting anyone it meets on the way. I have said this time and again, and I will put it again in a different analogy. If terrorism is a rabid dog, Pakistan is a vile handler. Pakistan will end up breeding more rabid dogs till it's taught a lesson in the language it understands. And we are not talking about violence here. People in the West think that we have not started or initiated in a dialogue with Pakistan. We have been talking with them for the last 50 years. Government has changed in India. A lot of things have changed. There have been paradigm shift in everything. Prime ministers have come and gone. The government has changed. The president of the country has changed. But one thing remained constant is the conflict with Pakistan. They will not change. And we expect all of you to stand by us in combating terrorism. Our stand has been very clear from day one. You fire, we fire. You stop, we stop. We don't want violence. In the last 50 years, there have been so many incidents of violence. And I want to request all of you, Your Excellencies, that India will never want to wage or start a war. We're the last one to talk about war. We have been engaging in a dialogue with them. In 2016, there were attacks in Pathankot and Uri. It's again a place in Kashmir. Pakistan wanted to start a joint investigation. We honored that commitment. But when you give or honor that commitment of a joint investigation with Pakistan, we give them enough proof of call data, records of the terrorist, voice sample, digital evidence. But it's like giving a thief the privilege to conduct investigation in a robbery which he only has committed. So I would leave it to that, and I would request each and every one of you to stand by us as strategic partners in combating terrorism and curtailing terrorism, so that we are able to put an end to this menace once and for all. Thank you.